This is breaking news from RTV6, working for you.
Breaking this midday, a major development in the long-running investigation of alleged corruption in Muncie. The arrest this morning of the city's mayor. The FBI announcing that arrest just hours ago, and it comes almost 3 years after raids of what city offices you saw live here on RTV6. Our Stephanie Wade has been following this new development today, and she's joining us live this midday from Muncie with what we know so far. Stephanie.
Lauren, Mayor Dennis Tyler was serving out his final weeks as mayor here in Muncie, but now finds himself at the center of this investigation. That's been happening for nearly 3 years. Mayor Tyler was taken into custody this morning by the FBI at his Muncie home. Now, the mayor is the 5th person at City Hall to be arrested by the FBI. While it's unclear right now what charges he faces, you actually saw the beginning of this investigation happen here live on RTV6 back in January of 2017. That's when federal investigators raided the office of the city building commissioner, Craig Nichols. Earlier this year, Nichols was sentenced to 2 years in federal prison, pleading guilty to charges that he rigged bidding practices to steer work to companies he owned. Muncie's sanitary district administrator and 2 others were also charged as part of the investigation, getting kickbacks in exchange for public works projects. Now, Mayor Tyler did not run for re-election this year. New Republican Mayor Dan Ridenour will take office on New Year's Day. I just spoke with him moments ago. Here's what he had to say about today's news.
Well, this has become a pattern in our community of late. I am pleased that 2 weeks ago, the voters overwhelmingly supported turning the page for a new day in Muncie. My commitment to all Muncie residents is to fulfill the request our fellow citizens made at the ballot box, to shine a light on the dark corners of city government, to demand excellence from those who serve our residents, and above all, to operate in an honorable way on your behalf.
Now, all this is happening while the Muncie Police Department is also currently under investigation by the FBI for use of excessive force. It does not appear right now that Mayor Tyler's arrest is in connection with this case, but I'll spend the rest of the day working to gather those details and more specifics of this case. We're live in Muncie. Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Stephanie, thank you for that update. Also breaking this midday, a big blow to one of the top boys basketball programs here in central Indiana. Southport High School has been barred from this season's state tournament because of a recruiting violation involving an international player. The IHSAA says Southport boys coach Eric Brand violated rules when he paid tuition of a student from the Democratic Republic of Congo who was a prospective player on the team. In addition to Southport being out of the state tournament, that player will be ineligible for the upcoming season. We do want to get a look this midday at our forecast. It is a new work week, and it's been kind of gloomy out there, as you can see from our camera, Todd. We've seen this since this morning, kind of a blah day.
Yeah, not much is going to change here either, Lauren. Unfortunately, as we go forward throughout the day, if anything, we'll lose some of that visibility issue that we had this morning. And the good news is we're not expecting as much in the way of precipitation as well, but we're not going to see the skies brighten much at all from the sunshine. 37 in Lafayette right now. It's 39 in Martinsville. 40 from Bloomington to Bedford. It's 41 in Muncie. 39 is the current temperature in Greenfield. Here is another view. This one from IMS, trying to look back towards downtown Indianapolis, and you can barely see past turn 2 here outside of the track, and certainly cannot see the city skyline. So it is damp, it is dreary out there. And as far as rain goes, we had some light showers and even a few flurries earlier this morning. The satellite radar picture, you can see that most of the shower activity has come to an end, and we're not expecting any additional shower activity here throughout the day today. But with the lack of sunshine, we're not going to get rid of that cool, damp feeling. Temperatures maybe go up another couple degrees for about 40 degrees for your high. Still well below normal. Then this evening, we keep the clouds around. Temperatures fall back down into the 30s. Tomorrow, a better chance of the rain returning. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
Todd, thanks. Thousands of teachers are expected to make demands as lawmakers return tomorrow to set up their legislative agendas for the new year. Indiana public school teachers want to be on that list. They plan to rally at the State House tomorrow. The Red for Ed protest is focused on these top 3 issues. They include better pay for teachers, not allowing districts to use iLearn testing results, which have been criticized to evaluate teachers and school grades, and the push to repeal the externship requirement that would force teachers to do work outside of the classroom in order to renew their teaching license. We spoke to the president of the statewide teachers union today on Good Morning Indiana.
We want to make sure that our lawmakers know and understand how important this problem is to us. That the over 1 million students that are in our public schools in Indiana deserve the absolute very best education, and that's what we're working for.
Well, the governor says that his office is seeking to ensure Indiana attracts and retains top teachers. The governor launched a commission this year to make recommendations on teacher pay in 2020. He used $150 million in state reserves to pay off a pension liability that had been funded by schools. And the governor's office says the school district can use that money to help with teacher salaries. Holcomb also signed a 2-year budget, which included $763 million in total new money for K-12 education. Plus, the governor says he's also opposed to using the results from the new iLearn test to be evaluating teachers or determine school grades. RTV6 will bring you live coverage of this Red for Ed rally tomorrow from the State House. Our live coverage begins during Good Morning Indiana, and it will continue throughout the day on RTV6, the RTV6 Live app, and the RTV6 Facebook page. Well, the holidays can bring out the best, but it can also bring out the worst in some people. Up next in our Consumer Report, websites that will not deliver holiday cheer that you're looking for. Todd.
And Lauren, as we go throughout the remainder of the day, don't bank on seeing much of anything in the way of sunshine, as these damp and dreary conditions will continue throughout much of this Monday, but there are brighter and warmer days ahead. We'll let you know when they arrive in your Storm Team 6 forecast. You're watching the news at noon right here on RTV6.
Dancing live tonight on ABC.
Time now for an RTV6 Consumer Alert. Joining me in studio today is Tim Maniscalco with the Better Business Bureau. Tim, it is the season of holiday shopping. A lot of people looking online to get gifts, maybe for their kids. But you have a website people need to watch out for.
Yeah, like you said, it is starting to look a lot like Christmas. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas on the internet also. And there's a website that we want to warn people about. And this is just one example of the fake websites that come out this time of year. The website is called santastoyhouse.com.
Okay.
Great toys, right? In fact, we looked at one toy out there, and there was a bike that out in, if you go shopping at Walmart or something like that, it's about $120. Santa's Toy House says they can sell it to you for $75. So, wow, great deal. You really want to do that. This is a fake website. When you pay your money, you're not going to get what you thought you were going to get. You don't want to be disappointed on Christmas Day. So just be careful of fake websites in general, and this one in particular. So just really know the retailer, know who you're talking with. Once again, you want to look for that HTTPS up on the URL bar and the little lock. That'll give you some added security that you know that you're dealing with someone legitimate out there. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. If someone really has a low price, boy, that's a real red flag. You know, obviously there's always sales and things like that, but sometimes these sales are just too good to be true. You just want to be a very smart shopper. And once again, a lot of these websites, they want to get your credit card information. They want to get your personal information, because once again, once you give someone your credit card, they're going to charge you. They might charge you some more, or they might sell that credit card information to someone else. So just be very careful. You really want to deal with a legitimate website out there. And we see so many of these pop up this time of year. And with a name like, you know, Santa's Toy Shop.
Sounds good.
Oh, doesn't it? Yeah, that sounds like a great website name for toys. So be careful.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. This has been an RTV6 Consumer Alert. A lot of witnesses to testify and not much time before the holiday break in Washington. Next, a look at who's up next in the impeachment investigation and what they will say. And let's take a live look outside right now from our Weather Now camera here down in Bloomington at the campus of Indiana University. Pretty gloomy Monday out there. Todd Clausen will break down what we can expect the rest of the day and the rest of the week. That's coming up right here on the News at Noon.
Keller and Keller.
The House impeachment hearing enters a crucial second week starting tomorrow. Lawmakers will hear from 8 witnesses over the next 3 days. The stakes are particularly high for EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland. As ABC's Mona Kosar Abdi tells us, today President Trump is saying that he's now considering testifying himself.
This week, Democrats are zeroing in on a major player in the impeachment investigation, EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland. Sondland is the one witness who has agreed to testify, who says he had direct conversations with President Trump about withholding aid from Ukraine to pressure the country to help the president's re-election campaign.
Mr. Sondland has to decide whether his primary loyalty is to America or whether his primary loyalty is to the President of the United States.
2 weeks ago, the Trump mega donor revised his closed-door testimony to confirm that he told Ukraine's leader that he would, quote, likely not receive promised military aid from the U.S. until he agrees to make a statement concerning investigations into the Bidens in the 2016 election. And in the first round of public hearings, the top diplomat to Ukraine, Ambassador Bill Taylor, further implicated Sondland, testifying that an aide of his sitting in a restaurant with Sondland on July 26 had overheard a phone call in which Sondland and Trump spoke about the Ukraine investigations.
Ambassador Sondland told President Trump the Ukrainians were ready to move forward.
That staffer, David Holmes, testified in closed session Friday, confirming that account. Holmes testified that after that call, Sondland said the president didn't, quote, give an S about Ukraine and only cared about, quote, big stuff like the Biden investigation that Mr. Giuliani was pushing. Republicans have pushed back, claiming the president has done nothing wrong and dismissing the testimony as secondhand.
I think the evidence is crumbling.
This as the president took aim at a second witness, Jennifer Williams, an aide to Vice President Pence on Twitter. Williams was on the now infamous July 25th phone call between Trump and Ukraine's leader, but the president is labeling her as a never-Trumper.
I think part of it is his own insecurity as an imposter, and so he has to diminish everyone else.
On Sunday, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi extended the president an informal invitation to go before Congress and testify himself, or to do so in writing in the impeachment inquiry. The president this morning entertaining that suggestion, writing on Twitter, quote, I like the idea and will, in order to get Congress focused again, strongly considering it. Mona Kosar Abdi, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, let's take a live look outside right now. This is our Weather Now camera on top of the pagoda at IMS, looking back towards the city skyline, which you can't see really at all right now, Don, because of the reduced visibility.
You know, if you joined us on Good Morning Indiana, the word I use for today is blah.
Yeah.
And if you've been outside, which I'm sure most of you have at some point, I think that accurately describes what's going on out there right now. We have the fog, we have some showers earlier, and just overall that damp feeling. Here are your visibility issues right now. 2 miles in Indianapolis, so that's reduced but not terrible. But as you work your way to the north, you run into these areas where the real dark gray is. In Peru, down into the Kokomo area, even over towards Frankfort, visibility is down below 1 mile. So there are some visibility issues. Make sure on some of the county roads, US 31, as you work your way into northern parts of central Indiana, just use a little bit of caution here this morning. Here's a live look in Bloomington, where the visibility is not as bad, but still a lot of cloud cover out there at this noon hour. 39 degrees, that is the current temperature. Wind out of the west right now at 10 miles per hour. Sunset this evening is at 5:27. We will not see any sunshine here, unfortunately, throughout the day today, as we're locked in with the clouds. And because of that, our temperatures aren't really going to go up much more from where they are right now, hovering in the upper 30s. Should get up to about 42 degrees in Indianapolis this afternoon, as well as Bloomington, 43 in Columbus. A little cooler to the north, where high temperatures will be getting into only the upper 30s. Keep in mind, our normal high this time of year is still 51 degrees, so we're well below that for now. That'll be changing, though, as the week goes on. Here are the clouds that are firmly in place across the area. Will expand out, and you don't notice any additional precipitation here in central Indiana, but there's scattered showers off to our east, which are past us, and then off to our west, some light scattered showers. And some of these will make their way into our area come tomorrow morning. So this evening, it's basically what we're dealing with right now. Mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures will fall back down into the 30s as you wake up tomorrow morning. We'll wake up initially to dry conditions, I think, and most of your morning commute should be okay. But once we get to mid-morning, this band of rain showers will make its way through the area. It's all going to be just some light rain, and it moves through pretty quickly. That's the good good news, but temperatures tomorrow still going to be on the chilly side, and then there could be a lingering shower carrying into the afternoon and evening hours tomorrow. But once we get rid of that, the weather really starts to improve. So tomorrow, bank on some showers here and having the umbrella handy through the noon hour and maybe just past the noon hour with temperatures in the mid-40s. But Wednesday, the pick of the week weather-wise, mostly sunny, above normal. How about that? 54 degrees. Thursday is even warmer at 60 degrees, but we'll deal with some scattered showers off and on throughout the day, and then cooler temperatures working into the weekend.
All right, Todd, thank you. Well, do you have an empty shoebox that you're thinking of just throwing away? Well, that box filled with some small gifts could make the perfect present for a child in need somewhere in the world. Operation Christmas Child kicks off today, and we can tell you since 1993, Operation Christmas Child has collected and delivered more than 168 million shoeboxes to children all across the globe. Joining us today in studio to explain how you can get involved is Amber Best, Operation Christmas Child Area Coordinator. Amber, it's so good to see you again.
Thank you for letting me come share what we do.
And you brought a lot of great stuff. Before we get to what we have here, talk to me a little bit about Operation Christmas Child for anyone who hasn't heard of it before.
Sure. Operation Christmas Child is part of Samaritan's Purse, which is a relief organization. But we've been doing this since 1993, as you said, and it's been amazing to see what has been happening with all the children around the world as they receive a gift for the first time. So it's easy to do, and it's a great, fun family activity.
Perfect for the holidays, and we all buy shoes all the time and don't know what to do with these shoe boxes, so you can put items in them, and you brought a number of items today. I'm seeing some like combs we have here, Beanie Babies, a jump rope. What are some ideas you have, and what should people not pack?
Sure thing. Well, you can get one of our shoe boxes. There are several different places you can get them, or one of my favorite is to take your shoes that you've gotten and then wrap it. You just wrap the lid separately, and then you have to choose a boy or a girl. And so that's the first part, in an age group. And then you start putting in items that a child might want and need. Many of these children have never received a shoebox full of gifts, never received a gift in their whole life. So they enjoy things like school supplies or hygiene items like combs or a washcloth, soap, soccer balls. That is a wow item. And you just kind of make sure you have no air in it and put a pump in, and it creates community and a way for a child to actually share for the first time in their life many times.
Okay, great. And no liquids, right?
That is true. Nothing, no liquids, nothing breakable, war-related, or things like that. So it's really positive things that you can put in, like jump ropes and glasses. Every child loved sunglasses.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I know that you actually got to go to Rwanda and see some of these kids receive these boxes, as you said, maybe the first gift they've ever received in their lives. What was that experience like for you?
It was really special to see the child. We would put the shoebox in their hand, and each one was different. I remember one little girl that we gave her the shoebox, and she was so overwhelmed she didn't even realize the whole box was for her and all the gifts were for her. And so we got to open that, and then other children would open it up and they would just be so excited that they would have something of their very own.
Yes, and we're looking at some of the pictures of the children receiving their boxes right here that you provided to us. Such an awesome organization. We do have some information. You can drop off these shoe boxes now through next Monday, correct?
Next Monday.
Okay, and the drop-off sites here, they include Heritage Christian School. Run me through the rest of them.
We have in all parts of the city. The easiest way is to do a Google search for Operation Christmas Child zip code locator. It will give you all that information closest to your home.
Okay, perfect. So there's a number around Indianapolis and central Indiana, so it makes it really easy for everybody at home.
We really encourage people to put in a note, because it's really fun, or even a photo of your family or what you've done, because it makes you a real person to these children, and they really get excited to see who packed it. And then if you would like to know where your shoebox was delivered to, you can do your donation that we asked, because we've got to get it from here to Rwanda, so to speak, and you can do it online, and it is attached to your email, and then you get a chance to know which country your shoebox was delivered to.
Perfect. Well, Amber, thank you so much. We hope we get a lot of shoeboxes to kids in need. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
800-850-5054. This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Let's take a final check at your forecast here for today and beyond. 42 this afternoon with mostly cloudy skies, but should remain dry for the rest of today. Some spotty showers tomorrow morning. 46 degrees. Wednesday is the best day of this week weather-wise. 54 with lots of sunshine. Thursday's a little bit warmer than Wednesday. As you can see, we get up to 60 degrees. The trade-off, though, for the warm temperatures will be some rain, then cooler temperatures as we work our way into the weekend. If you are eyeing some fall cleanup work in your yard or maybe hanging some Christmas lights, Wednesday is your day, Lauren. That's the day I will be out there.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us and making RTV6 your choice for news. Come back here, join us for the news at 5 o'clock. We hope you have a great Monday afternoon.